Hey friends, Ryan here. It is July 19th, 2024, and today we're going to try and fix this Daddy Star Trek machine. So when I got it, I played it at the guy's house and everything was working fine. And then I got home and it sat for a few months, and then we moved it into this new shop space, and I turned it on and immediately a fuse blew. So I replaced the fuse thinking, yeah, okay, whatever. It blew right again. So I got to poking around. The fuse is for the coils. So I got to poking around, let's see, these bridges right here, and one of them is shorted, like a dead short. So it took me forever, but I got more of those off of Mouser. So let's pull that board, replace the fuse, and see if we can get it to work. While we got this open, I'm also gonna put I gotta look at which chip it is, but an NVRAM, so we can get rid of them damn batteries. So I never understand, people will spend like $2,500 on a goddamn game and only, oh man, we're not gonna spend 20 bucks on a goddamn NVRAM to keep our entire board set from being ruined because we're too lazy to change the batteries. No. Anyway, I got my screwdriver. I'm gonna up in there, take a picture of that. Oh, it's pretty obvious where they go. Pull the board out and we'll see it on bench. All right, so the thing I like to do before I take the time to put all the stuff in is to test it out of the machine, which in this case saved my bacon. Because if I look back at my last video and it was this one right here that tested shorted. The rest of them tested fine. So if we retest this top, this one here, we get 451, 459, 458, and the one that's tested shorted before, 464. And I even put it on resistance before and it tested open, or I mean, shorted rather. So now it's testing as it should. So I guess what I'm getting at is I think this board is fine. If we look at the traces, this side comes from your AC, 48 volts AC, and this one goes to ground, right? Which makes sense because it's shorting the fuse, or it's blowing the fuse that is protecting that. So basically, if we look at, sorry, I need a bigger friggin' field of view here to make this work. So ground, one side of this goes to this J3 connector and the other side goes to J4. Pins are kind of irrelevant if we look here at our schematic. Sorry. Okay, so this is J3, which is ground. J4, which is your AC input. They're both black and yellow, so I assume it's all the same wire, which is odd, but whatever. Anyway, so I'm thinking the one that tested shorted in the machine is this one. I'm not 100% sure, but I think it's that one. So I think what we gotta do is go test between this connector and this connector and see if it's shorted. If so, trace that back and fix a different problem. So let's go over to the machine. All right, so after messing around with this for however long it's been, tested all the connectors, nothing was shorted to ground. So I figured I'll stick it back in there and, unplug one at a time and keep testing that diode and see when it stops. you know, when the short goes away. So I put it back in there and it tests fine now. So before, there's that LED right there in the middle that says 50 volts DC would not come on. And as soon as I turned it on and put a new fuse in, it would blow. So I think what we're gonna do is I just got my 5 amp slow blows here that I ordered from PBR, put one in there, and we're just gonna turn this bitch on and see what happens. So I am 90% sure it's plugged in. Let's see. There we go.
Scotty here.
There's our, it's on. Now, that is the flipper line, right? So we got to start a game and push the flipper. You get a copyright strike here. All right. 3, 2, let's flip the flipper here. Well, I mean, it's favorite kind of things that stop when you try and do something, right? So I did, when I took this board out, I heard something fall out from behind it. I assumed it was this screw right here, but I looked back at the pictures I took before and I'm pretty sure there wasn't a screw there. So there may have been something jammed in the back of the board or a connector. I don't know, but it's working now. So I guess I'm just gonna play a few games and see if it, you know, stays, right? Weird, very weird. It's the most frustrating problems that you don't know what in the hell the problem was. But now we're gonna try and figure out how to install this NVRAM. I gotta go dig it out and we'll figure that part out too. Supposedly these ones are just plug and play, so. I got one for all 4 of these machines here. This one's broke, it needs new rubbers. That one actually works, I just haven't done it yet. That one, the sound is messed up on. And I got one for Tomcat and Pinball whenever we get to those. But let's shut up and get this one in. All right, well, according to the schematics here, this is the chip. 6264. So that is this bad boy right here. So we're gonna pull that chip, pull the batteries, put our new chip in. We're gonna need both hands though. All right, document this for posterity. If I messed it up, tell me now. Fix them, turn it on, ready? 3, 2, well, let's put this up. Hang on. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, Factory settings.
Scotty here.
Woo! So I'm not sure what that means. Oh, it's factory resetting. Okay. We're gonna have to fix everything.
We're dead in space.
Like that.
Scotty here. Energize. Energize. Him. Aye, Captain. Him. Engineer's log. Supplemental. Main power reduction. Transporter 30%.
Oh, shit.
Transporter 50%.
Anyway, we're gonna have to go into the settings and fix everything here. Oh. Shit. Well, regardless, regardless of how bad it was done,
Live long and prosper.
we got it working, so that's great. I'm gonna mess with some settings, which hopefully we won't ever have to do again, and go from there. We'll see you next time, where we'll hopefully actually have a problem to fix. So keep it real, and thanks for watching. Later.